Hi, Chris Westfall here, and today I've got a sad story to share with you in hopes that the same thing won't happen to you. And I want to reiterate why it is that we do what we do as insurance agents to try to help facilitate problems not happening. So yesterday, I got a notice that one of our policyholders, this policyholder happens to be with Aetna, Medicare Supplement. We write for a variety of different companies. Whenever the best company is for the client, that's who we put them with. This client has been with us for over a year, and she's with Aetna. I won't tell you her name, of course. It's privacy and all that, but the principle is her policy is lapsing, and we got a notice that it's lapsing. So we try to call, and we can't get any answer. There's no way to get through. Then we receive a call from a patient advocacy group, which is working with her because she's in the hospital, and they're trying to make sure that her insurance is in order and all that kind of good stuff. I found the light. So here's the situation. She's been in the hospital for a lengthy amount of time. She has a Medicare Supplement plan. For whatever reason, there was not enough money in the bank account. The direct deposit, which goes in, and then direct deposit pays the premium through bank draft, could not go through. So what happens in a case like that when there's no direct draft, or the same thing happens if a person is on quarterly billing because they don't like the insurance company to go into their bank account, which I can appreciate, but on this coverage, it is so critically important that the coverage remain in place when you need it the most. So in this situation, the advocate from the hospital called just to make sure that that they could get the ID card because the lady didn't have her ID card. Well, we have a copy of her Aetna ID card. We sent it to them, and so now they can process the payment. The problem is her policy is about to lapse. So we're able to share that with them so they can do what they have to do to get with family, to get everything straight. Because when you don't pay a premium with the insurance company, what they do is they switch you over to quarterly billing. Now you have to pay the quarter, and you need to do it within 30 days of the lapse, within 30 days of the failed payment. That's the grace period, is 30 days. If you don't pay it within that time, it lapses back, claims not being paid since the last time it was in force. So that grace period then goes away if it never was paid and kept up. So my point is this: it's always the best idea to have, if nothing else, your Medicare Supplement, your insurance plan for your health on a bank draft, an automatic bank draft that uses the same secure system that Social Security now makes mandatory, direct deposit. It goes right through the bank, from the bank to the insurance carrier, so that you can have that credit on your account. So if you don't want your electric company doing that, or your water bill at the house, completely understand, because those things can fluctuate every month, and it might hit you with a $400 bill if somebody was stealing power from you, or if somebody left the faucet on, it could be a $200 water bill. I get that. You want control of that. But if someone shuts off your water, you can get that turned back on very quickly. If you cancel your health insurance and it's gone, then you have to re-qualify based on health to get another Medicare Supplement plan. It's not that easy to do when you're just coming out of a major hospital stay, to say nothing of the fact that your hospital stay may not be covered if it was during a time in which your policy had already lapsed. So when your agent, when I or my staff asks you for bank account information, it is for the sole purpose of securely setting up the draft so that you don't have a lapse in payment. You know, we have people from time to time who are aging into Medicare, and they say, no, I'd rather pay the whole year up front in premium, or I'd rather pay quarterly. And that's fine. It works either way. The problem is on a quarterly payment and on an annual payment, at the end of that payment period, you have 30 days. That's your grace period. So where you're used to writing 3 months at a time, perfect. The problem is you only have 30-day window at the end of that, or else you lose your coverage. And after it's gone, you can't get it back if you've been in poor health. So again, I'll just strongly encourage you, go for the bank draft option. If for no other reason just for the sole purpose of keeping your insurance in force when the worst happens. When you're in a hospital and you're doing all these inside and outside tests and they're giving you stuff under Part B of Medicare as in addition to Part A of Medicare, you're racking up these bills. You've got your Part A deductible, which has just gone up a little bit for 2018. You don't want to be exposed to those charges if you've got a consistent paid up Medicare supplement policy. And the way to avoid that is to keep your insurance in force. And the way to do that is to have it on bank draft so you don't have to worry about it. That's the great thing about our carriers, is that they'll time that draft to coincide with the best time that you're getting your direct deposit from Social Security or from a retirement account. So that's one thing I wanted to address. The other thing that we've been asked a lot during this season, it's kind of weird how things go into cycles, is people ask me, how do you get paid as a Medicare Supplement insurance agent? And so let me address that question. We get paid the same way your car insurance agent got paid. You didn't have to write them an extra check to get an unbiased opinion and help with the application. The same way your life insurance agent gets paid. The same way your homeowner's insurance agent gets paid. Insurance agents in general, that's all of us, get paid when we have placed a business with an insurance company. The company then pays the agent. So it's kind of counterintuitive for us to write the least expensive, the least cost Medicare supplement plan, because that's what we strive to do. We want to get the best value plan at the best possible price. But in our case, we try to get the client the best possible price, which is the lowest tier. And then, as every insurance agent does, we make a percentage of the commission on that small price. Now, with Medicare Advantage, it's different. Medicare Advantage might make $500 or $550 for a brand new person to Medicare. That's their first commission. Or if they're renewing on Medicare, just recycling into the next year, it's around $200, $250 every year for that person. It's not a percentage of the premium. On the Medicare supplement, it's around 20% of the commission of the premium that insurance agent is making. But it's also the best idea to go to an independent agent rather than a captive agent. And I've got videos explaining that. But insurance agents in the Medicare space, or health insurance or life insurance, all of them are usually paid a percentage of the premium, except for Medicare Advantage, which is a flat fee. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you can possibly consider sharing this information so that your friends, if they're on Medicare, don't lose their very valuable Medicare supplement coverage. Because, as I always say, as we get older and older, our warranty on our health tends to lapse. It expires. So we may have had a good ticker for 50, 60, 65 years. When we get between 65 and 75, things start to not work sometimes as well as they had in the past. That's when we have knee replacements, hip replacements, heart attack, stroke, cancer. Things arise, and that's when you need our health insurance the most. So as that happens, I just really want to implore you again, please keep your Medicare supplement insurance in force by making sure that it's on secure bank draft. Please share this message, and if you want more updates on what's happening with Medicare, please hit that subscribe button on this YouTube channel so that you can stay apprised of what's happening. And there's a little bell there after you hit subscribe. If you click that, you'll be notified of new information as it pertains to Medicare. I'm Chris Westfall, a licensed insurance agent, and I hope this has been of help to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.